Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our sports show. I still remain your humble boy Lexi. Tonight we'll be discussing about sports, and I have two gentlemen beside me. These two gentlemen are people I well respected. My boss, they are Arsenal fans. They call. They have been an Arsenal fan for over 2 decades. I'm sure most of you are not yet born then. They are not just an ordinary people. They are my friends' fathers. Daddy Morayo and Daddy Richard are welcome. Kindly introduce yourself to the audience.
My name is Omoni Oladoku, a businessman. I'm happy to be on the show once again.
And you also are an Arsenal fan.
I'm not staff, yeah.
So, yeah, thank you, Mr. Moderator. My name is Oloja Adele. People call me AY. I'm into building construction, traveling, and logistics. And I'm also a national fan to the core. Thank you for having me on the show.
All right, thank you for being in the show with us. So let's start. This you two of you gentlemen are Arsenal fan already. So the discussion is mostly about Arsenal. How will you rate Arsenal seasons? Or will I put it, how will you rate Arsenal progress since the arrival of Arteta so far? Has it been any improvement, or do you think that Arsenal is going in the right direction, or do you think that Arteta is not getting it? Because if you can remember, for like 4 years or 3 years now, or let me say like 3 seasons ago, there haven't been any trophy to show for it. But how will you rate his season so far?
Okay, should I? Okay.
Let's start
Okay.
with you.
Well, for me personally, rating Ateta, I would say Ateta for me, he has done like a 6 over 10. I wouldn't rate him excellent
So
because
why 6/10? You think that six, to me, six is not really a good
why I'm giving him
remark.
6 is that when he got to that team, I think around 2019 or thereabout, the only thing he's been able to win aside from let's say maybe two other community shield or so is the FA Cup. And the FA Cup that he won that year, the whole team was not even built by him. So for the past 3 seasons now, Arsenal has come, let's say, a distant second. I think this is not too good for me. Looking at his contemporaries, let's say somebody like Sabi Alonso, that has just been elevated to be the coach of Real Madrid now. I don't know how many seasons did Xabi Alonso spend in Bayern Leverkusen. He won them the what's it called, the German Cup and the Bundesliga, and he even went unbeaten for a whole season. For example, now Arsenal for the past 20 years has been without the EPL. So, and we're expecting this very particular year. And somebody like Arne Slot came from the Eredivisie League and just won the. So that's why I say for Ateta, for me, he has not really done well. Thank you.
All right, proceed.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Moderator. In my own view, Ateta has not really done bad because, as we all know, EPL is most difficult league, and I have my reasons, and I will be pointing it out one by one. In his first season in Arsenal, irrespective of either he was the one, you know, grooming the team or not, he won FA Cup, and thereafter he has been being in the second position at least for like 2 or 3 times now. To me, though, it's because what Arsenal fan are expecting from Ateta is for him to give us trophy, especially Champions League. But they fail to understand that it's a project. It's not something you can just come and get immediately. There are many teams in Europe that have not even won Champions League before. It's not only Arsenal. But it's because Arsenal has been trophy drought for a very long time. That is why the expectation from the fans for Arteta is very huge. Now, to me, his performance so far in his sixth year is not that bad. You know, he has tried as much as possible to be in the top four, trying as much as possible to win the league, but it's not coming for. Some people will just put all the blame on the coach. Sometimes it's not like that.
All
All
right.
those, all those, all those issues are from the board. And again, when you want to compare the likes of Sabi Alonso with Arteta, we are coming from a two different league, whereby in Premier League we have six top teams that can give you problem. But when you go to Bundesliga, for as long as I've been watching football, I've seen them having two-man or race between Dortmund and Bayern Munich. And this season, I mean, in the last three seasons, Bayer Leverkusen tried to come in, and as you can see, this season they are not there.
I've not got to your position.
They are not there. I believe with best of my knowledge, Ateta has done good and bad for Arsenal fans. You just have to have that patience.
So still talking about Ateta, but this time around I will include every players because you can't only blame a coach. So now let me put it this way. Arsenal season so far this season, what went wrong? And could this have been avoided? Like the thing that went wrong that delayed Arsenal again. Like it has always been. Arsenal have been having a good season. Like from the beginning of the season always starts well. But along the line, something will just happen and the team will just drop down. So this has been avoided. What really went wrong this season for Arsenal?
I think, thank you once again for that question. Looking at, doing an X-ray of the season, the way it went, I would say it could have been maybe avoided a bit, maybe not totally. Why I said not totally is that because the problems that happened in Arsenal this year is not entirely his fault. And it is because of the football calendar that is too congested, that I said the other time. The calendar has been congested so that players like Rice and Saka, they don't have rest period. Especially during in fact, majority of the players there, the Odegaard, all other players, some other players like that, you will notice that when they are supposed to have a free time during the international window, all of them are being used and they are
Doing World Cup.
used in all the matches for their national team. So, secondly, why it is Arteta's problem is that the squad depth is not there. The squad depth. I think maybe at the beginning of the season, he was a little bit arrogant and overconfident. I think he should have recruited some players in such a way so that the rotation in the team will go round and there will be a balance. I can understand that maybe the management and the board of Arsenal did not support him at a point in time to buy, a forward, a credible forward. At a point in time, I even expected it when Olise was going to Bayern Munich. I expected Arteta to have bidded for that player. It would have been a very good backup for Saka. He's overusing Saka. Now he's overusing Rice. That's the problem with Arteta. He doesn't know how to rotate the team. So it's not entirely his fault, but I think he can do more. He can do more. Thank you.
Yes, you make a point, and the major problem with Arsenal is the board. And I think during the Arteta regime, they have been trying to address that issue. Football is about signing quality, having quality players, not one, not two. Even in a particular position, you are supposed to have quality players in that position. Not like having somebody like Saka and having somebody like Emmanuel Asop, or having, you know, somebody like Odegaard in the midfield and having somebody like Lukunga as a sub. No, the way the defense is, like you have Timber as the right back, you have Rice at the, at right back as well. So if any of them is not playing, if Rice is there, he will perform. If Timber is there, he will perform. The same thing with the left wing. If Luis Kelly is not perform, Calafori will perform. So that is kind of a substitution that Arsenal supposed to have. And the whole thing still lie with with the board. We are supposed to sign quality players. The way we sign Declan Rice with big money. And to me, I believe, in fact, if I want to rate it, Declan Rice has been the first player I'm seeing, not in Arsenal, that we bought with big money and he still justified that money. Most of them does not justify that money. Even from the start, I don't like our I'm not a fan of Arsenal forward. Havertz as centre forward, I don't really like it. Though he might be delivering some goals for us, but I don't like it as a centre forward. I love having a prolific striker, somebody that has that energy and can do anything for you. You know, in the days of Edin Dzeko, Didier Drogba, these are the kind of strikers I love. To me as well, I'm not a fan of Martinelli because the way Martinelli plays, I'm not, and I don't really like it. If we can get a better player, let Martinelli go.